Wyrd Sisters. Wyrd Sisters features 3 witches: Granny Weatherwax, Nanny Og, matriarch of a large tribe of Ogs and owner of the most evil cat in the world, and Megrat Garlic, the junior witch, who firmly believes in occult jewelry, covens, and bubbling cauldrons, much to the annoyance of the other 2. King Virence I of Lonker is murdered by his cousin, Duke Felmet, after his ambitious wife persuades him to do so. The king's crown and child are given by an escaping servant to the 3 witches. The witches hand the child to a troupe of traveling actors, and hide the crown in the props box. They acknowledge that destiny will eventually take its course and that the child, Tomjon, will grow up to defeat Duke Felmet and take his rightful place as king. However, the kingdom is angry about the way the new king is mistreating the land and his subjects. The witches realize that it will be at least 15 years until Tomjon is able to return and save the kingdom, but by then irreparable damage will have been done. Granny Weatherwax, with help from the other 2 witches, manages to cast a spell over the entire kingdom to send it forward in time by 15 years. Meanwhile, the Duke has decided to have a play written and performed that portrays him in a favorable light and the witches in a negative light. He thinks this will cause the witches to lose their power, and the people will like him. He sends the court fool to Ankh-Morpork to recruit the same acting company that Tomjon was given to, which now resides in the Disc Theatre on the River Ankh. The company make their way to Lonker, and perform the play for the king as asked. However, the playwright maintains that there is something wrong with the plot of the play, something that just doesn't feel right. The witches cast a spell in the middle of the play that causes the actors to portray the killing of the king truthfully, and the audience sees that the Duke and Duchess are guilty of killing Virence I. Felmet finally succumbs to insanity and stabs several people with a retracting stage dagger, before tripping and falling to his death in the Lonker Gorge. The Duchess is imprisoned but manages to escape, only to be killed by a collection of various forest animals who want revenge for the poor treatment of the land. Granny Weatherwax explains that Tomjon is the rightful king, and he is due to be crowned. However, Tomjon does not want to be king. He is an extremely talented actor and wishes to continue his career with his adopted father, Vitolar. Instead, Granny Weatherwax tells the town that the fool is in fact the king's son from another mother, and Tomjon's half-brother, and he is crowned King Virence II of Lonker. Later on, Granny and Nanny reveal to Megrat that the previous fool is actually Tomjon's and Virence II's father. The status of Megrat and Virence II, who have been awkwardly courting throughout the story, is not fully explained at the conclusion.